Good evening, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I just want to remind everyone to please speak slowly and clearly because of the mask, so everyone at home can hear us. Welcome to BOE Live. I will be your host, Michelle Roloff, this evening. And can we have open roll call?
Sure, Mr. Accomando,
Present.
Ms. Ainello,
Present.
Mr. Laurentino,
Present.
Ms. Mahoney, here, Mr. Quinn,
Here.
Ms. Robinson,
Here.
Ms. Roloff,
Here.
Mr. Shearer,
Here.
Ms. Sotarelli.
Here. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, for which it stands one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Adequate notice of this meeting has been sent to all members of the Board of Education and to the Bergen Record in adequate notice of this meeting, accordance with the provisions of the Open Meetings Act, Chapter 231, 1975. At this time, please be advised that all cell phones and electronic be turned off. Can we please have the superintendent's report? Ms. Violetti?
Yes, I'm going to ask our 5 student representatives who came tonight to share the good news to please stand up and go to the podium. And first, we're going to listen to what they have to share. Please remember, speak loudly, introduce yourselves, and slowly. Thanks, Dave.
All right. Hello, my name is David Gorchowski, and I'll be talking about our 3 K-6 schools. The elementary schools have worked diligently to implement new lunchtime procedures. Much teamwork has been demonstrated, and we would like to express a special thank you to all our teachers, lunch aides, and custodians who have been working so hard to execute new procedures. Our elementary schools recognized the 20th anniversary of September 11th with special assemblies the morning of Friday. We gathered outside of school at the flagpole for the Pledge of Allegiance, the Star-Spangled Banner, and a moment of silence. Our students crafted thank you cards for our local first responders in their classrooms throughout the day. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Carly Montalbano, and I'll be speaking about the Washington School Early Childhood Center. Washington has started the year with an increase in tuition students, which is a testimony to the excellent program and staff. Thanks to the community for the paving of the area for our new playground. We are excited to plan the makeup of the playground, and the staff is working closely with support personnel to design a well-thought-out process.
Hi, I'm Amy Vega from the middle school and high school. On September 10th, Captain DeSantis from the FDYN came and spoke with students about what it was like in New York City on 9/11 and the days and months after. High school class elections are going on this week, and the officers will be announced on Friday at the pep rally.
Hello, my name is Olivia Lash, and I will be speaking for athletics. A huge thank you goes out to Coach Donato and Coach Gallo and to the girls of varsity and JV soccer teams for participating in Saddlebrook's annual Walk with the Mayor. Please come out and support our fall athletic teams. Up-to-date schedules can be found on the website. Please sign up and follow us on Twitter. Follow at SaddlebrookAD for athletic scores, updates, and shoutouts.
Hello, my name is Edgar Richuli. September is Hunger Action Month, and the Bergen County Food Security Task Force is sponsored their first countywide cereal collection, drive, and domino competition. Each of our schools collected cereal boxes that will be donated to our local food pantry. Once collected, each school is building a creative domino with those cereal boxes to provide a visual of the impact one action can have in touching the lives of others. This video will be submitted into the competition. Winners will be announced on September 3rd.
Thank you. Good job, student reps. You are welcome to leave and go home and do your homework. Good job. Okay, so I'm going to continue that report. Our schools are in the process of filming themselves, creating dominoes with the cereal boxes that they collected and sending it over to the county. I also have a couple of things to share. The Italy trip has been taken off the agenda after a meeting with the attorney. There's parental waivers involved and overseas insurance. And I met with Mr. Klein today, and he spoke about just not holding off at this point, reaching out to the company to see about canceling it. So I did reach out today, and I'm waiting to hear back. I wanted to also bring to everyone's attention the TikTok trend, #DeviousLicks. It has hit us over here in Saddlebrook as well. We have had 4 soap dispensers off the walls at the middle school, high school. 1 soap dispenser was in the toilet at one of our elementary schools. There was red dye in the bathroom at one of our elementary schools. There was an attempting stealing of a school item at the middle school, high school. So if you don't know, there's a TikTok trend with #DeviousLicks, licks meaning taking things, stealing essentially. I spoke to the Saddlebrook Police Department. They are going to have a 0 tolerance policy for this. They said that they will press criminal charges. It'll be criminal mischief and or theft. Fines will be involved on top of paying for the damage to the school buildings. There was also allegedly a pipe that was kicked in one of the bathrooms yesterday. I did not hear too much about that yet today. I'm waiting to find out details. Aside from the police being involved, if parents can please remind their children that it's respect and our custodians are cleaning up after themselves and it's taking time away from them to sanitize and do everything else that they have to do in our buildings. Our pandemic response team is hosting our second meeting on Thursday, September 30th. We'll be discussing items such as field trips, death shields, PTO events, improving upon our procedures. So if you know anyone that's attending that pandemic response team, reach out to them. If you don't, reach out to me, and we'll make sure we discuss it at our team meeting. As far as filling the Director of Curriculum and Instruction position, we did complete our first rounds. We're going to do the second rounds at the end of next week, and we are hoping to appoint somebody at the October Board of Ed meeting. The Community Wellness Fair has been rescheduled due to the rain that was scheduled for tomorrow and Friday. So it's rescheduled for Tuesday, September 28th, this Tuesday, 4:30 to 6:30, outside on our fields. As an extra incentive, the K-6 school with the most participation will get an extra pajama day. And in 7 through 12, the middle school, high school, the grade with the most participation will earn an extra spirit wear day. Thank you to Dr. Stacy Fanning. She hosted a virtual Q&A on the COVID vaccines. Very informative. She showed actually on slides how the vaccines work, the ingredients that's in them, and a whole lot of information that was really informative. So thank you to her. As soon as the recording is ready to be shared, I will send it out to everybody and post it on our website. Also, my last piece, the National Council for Mental Wellbeing awarded us a grant. So I applied for that a couple months ago, back when I was director. And we got the grant, 50 high schools. They're giving money to 50 high schools and youth serving organizations across the entire state. They're providing teen mental health first aid training at no cost. And what that does is it provides, we send trained, then they in turn train other staff members. And what it does is and then they in turn train our students. And the purpose is to provide teens with the tools to identify, understand, and respond to signs and symptoms of mental health and substance use challenges and crises amongst their friends and peers. So we're very excited to have that. That's it.
Thank you very much. I'd like to turn the mic over now to Mr. Karate.
Thank you. A few items for this evening. First, I'll just review some of the larger projects in the district. At Franklin School, the pitched roof there was replaced. We just have the final phase of having the gutters and leaders replaced. There's ones there already, but they're going to be replacing them. That should happen in the next month or so. Franklin School, the basketball play area was repaved. And the same thing at Smith School, the basketball play area, as well as making a path to the existing playground. The parking lot at Smith School was repaved. And Washington School, like was said in the student report, has a new paved play area, and we'll be working on hopefully securing funds to make a new playground there, enclosed in fencing and so forth. We have our OT, Ms. Van Eck, who's working on possible funding sources to secure this equipment. At the middle school, high school, we are still renovating 2 rooms here. One is a life skills ABA room that is being used, but we're still waiting for appliances and a few other items to come in, but the students are using that room. And the other one is going to be office space for the child study team room. It's currently under renovations, making other offices, and we need the inspections before they continue. The tents, if you see at 4 of our 5 school buildings, we have tents were erected. We're using them now for the warmer months. We'll see what we're going to do when it gets cooler, but they're used for additional space for the lunch area, and they were inspected and approved by the township officials. I just want to say thanks to the township for, they're always working with us. We work well with the township for different things, projects and clearing the snow and everything. A couple recent things are our supervisor, Mr. Soroki, and Mr. Bob Hickshaw work well together. And I can say one thing was at the tent for Long School, since it's in the parking lot, we wanted to secure it from vehicles in case we don't want any accidents there. So we got some concrete barriers, which are pretty heavy. We don't have the equipment to move them, so the DPW helped us out and they're able to put them around the tent. And also with the Washington School existing playground, we're working with them to extend the guardrails while the playground's still there, and then also for future blocking off that area. So we will purchase the supplies, but the DPW will be installing those guardrails. Hopefully, they said by the end of the month. They're hoping if all the supplies are in, they could put that in. In the cafeteria, we have a new meal ordering program for the elementary schools. It's up and running. We have bumps in the road, but it's working, and that's what normal with these programs. However, what's complicating matters is that we have more people ordering meals because the meals are free this year. So it could be a little confusing. It's a My Meal Order program, and then you go to My School Bucks if you had any money there, but this year you don't need to have money to pay for meals. So it's getting better each day, but we just need the parents to go on and order for the week so the food service department can properly prepare the meals and get them labeled properly. Recently, the district received from the U.S. Department of Agriculture $25,186, and from the New Jersey Department of Agriculture sent us $449. These additional funds were to compensate the district for lost revenues during the pandemic. Some other news, I would like to thank the local Navy recruiting office. Petty Officer Shantiqua Rose and her fellow officers assisted the custodial maintenance department in moving some stored furniture into the classrooms for a few hours on 2 days at the end of August, and we thank them for that. For the board, the New Jersey School Board virtual workshop that I'm registering you for is October 26th to the 28th. And mandated training, I believe we had 6 board members, and I believe we're half or more than half have completed the necessary training for this school year. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mr. Karati. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting for a public comment on agenda items and policies only. Please don't come home. Anyone?
Motion.
Make a
Second.
motion? Seeing nobody, we'll go right into board action items. Oh, I'd like to close it. Oh, make a motion to close the meeting to public comment.
Motion. Second.
Now I will,
Michelle, before we go on, through the chair, I just have a few questions on the reports that were just given. If you're allowed to say, Tony, how many candidates are having second round interviews for that position? 4? Awesome. Okay, and Ray, on the lunch program, why are the chairs being left out? Those folding chairs that are under the tents? Because I see them getting tossed all over in the playgrounds by kids at night and whatever.
All right, I wasn't aware of that. I'll look into that.
All right, and second, can you find out why there's no choice of drinks on the lunch program?
choice,
Repeat that, please.
choice.
There's no choice
the
of drinks. It's either milk or water. There's no juice. There's no,
Thank you.
you're
Okay.
welcome. That's it on my comments for now.
Thank you, Sylvia. Okay, so we close the meeting for public comment?
Yes.
And now, that's you. Board action items. I'd like to make an action to approve the following. B 123 through B 2122.7.
Motion.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call, Mr. Karati?
Mr. Shearer?
Yes.
Ms. Otterelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes, all, but I'm going to abstain from the meeting on August 25th since I was not here.
August 25th, okay. Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Abstaining from the August 23rd and August 25th meetings. I was not here. Yes to all else.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes to all except the minutes for August 23rd and August 25th meetings.
And Ms. Roloff?
Yes. Okay, move on to education and curriculum. At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. E 2122.8 through E 2122.11.
Second.
Make a motion. Any questions? Roll call, please, Mr. Karati.
Mr. Shearer?
Yes.
Ms. Otterelli?
Yes.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes, all, but I'm going to abstain from E2122.8, the trip ID numbers 678 and 679.
Okay. Mr. Laurentino?
Yes.
Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes.
Finance, budget, and facilities, Mr. Quinn.
Yes, at the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. F 2122.8 through F 2122.16.
Second.
Any questions or discussions? Roll call, please, Mr. Karati.
Mr. Shearer?
Yes.
Ms. Otterelli?
Yes to all, but I'm abstaining from F2122.11, check number 59722.
Mr. Accomando?
Yes.
Ms. Ianello?
Yes, all, but I'm going to abstain on item number F2122.11. Check numbers 3954, 4071, 59623, 59813.
Okay, Mr. Laurentino?
I can vote yes to all. I have no conflicts this month.
Okay, Mr. Quinn?
Yes.
Ms. Robinson?
Yes.
Ms. Roloff?
Yes. There is no policy or negotiations, so we'll move on to personnel. Mr. Accomando.
At the recommendation of the superintendent, I make a motion to approve the following items. B 2122.16 through 2122.25.
Second.
Motion. Any questions,
Yes, through the chair.
discussions?
Did somebody else say they want to go? Oh, okay. On 2122.3. I know this is probably like a union thing, but the coaching positions, the head coaching positions, why is there such a discrepancy between the head boys basketball coach and like head competition cheer? co-assistant basketball, girls, it makes it seem like there's a different pay for men and women. I mean, I could be wrong, but
I do not have an answer for you at this time.
I know it's probably easy.
Well, it's in the, yes, it is in the contract. I mean, boys and girls basketball are the same. It's the cheer, it's just a different group, and that's been negotiated over the years. There were changes, I believe, last time or the contract before that.
It was the last one, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, any other questions?
And if I can, they wanted the third coach and the team, and they were willing to split the stipend. That's why it's that much less.
Okay. Okay, roll call. Mr. Bellotti?
Okay, Mr. Shearer,
Yes.
Ms. Otterelli,
Yes.
Mr. Accomando,
Yes.
Ms. Ainello,
Yes to all, but I'm going to abstain from P2122.23.
Mr. Laurentino,
Yes.
Mr. Quinn,
Yes.
Ms. Robinson,
Yes.
Ms. Roloff.
Yes. Oh, that went smooth. Committee reports? Does anybody have any committee reports?
Through the chair, the Finance, Facilities, and Budget Committee will be meeting on the 29th of September.
Thank you.
Just, an update to that. We may just be adjusting the times to a little earlier. I just got some news tonight, so I'll send another email out and might move them up an hour or so.
Okay.
But it is the night, the 29th, that committee and also the policy committee will meet.
Any liaison reports?
I do. Hi for the Educational Foundation, and they had their first meeting last month or a couple of weeks ago, and it seems that they're up and running again, thanks to Ms. Sikimatelis. The walkathon obviously is October 15th, and then in the spring, they're going to have a 5K. So keep your eye out for that. I don't know what else they'll be doing at this point, but they will be doing the grants again for the teachers. So look for that information. That's
Thank you, Ms. Robinson. Anyone else?
Marty.
Oh, I'm Mari.
For the middle school, high school PTO, membership is open. So if everyone would like to sign up, that would be great. You could do it through MyBucks online. And their first meeting was this past Monday, and it went very well. Okay, the next meeting is on November 8th, and it's right after the board meeting, right here in the auditorium. And they currently have a We Print Marketing fundraiser. It's up and running, and you must order online, but it's done very well thus far. It is had $1,281. So let's keep up the good work and order. Thank you.
Thank you.
I have one from Franklin School.
Okay.
Their membership drive is starting this week. They're going to be having a table at our wellness fair. They're working on a Touch the Truck again for a donation and a donation to the VFW for 1016. And they're awaiting approval for the pumpkin patch for 1022.
Thank you, Ms. Otterelli. Anyone else? Any correspondence?
No.
Old business? New business?
Through the chair. New business.
Yes.
I just want to give a huge job well done to the football team, football coach, the athletic supervisor. Their head coach came out game one, and his team showed up. They came out and they won 39-0. These kids have been meeting together since March, working out together, playing together, and for them to come out and get a win, whether it be the best team in the league, the worst team in the league, it's got to do something to their confidence. And I just think this head coach, Mr. Vankerson, and his staff are trying to bring back pride to our sporting events. And I want to say job well done. Superintendent was there. Michelle was there. Place was packed. So Again, they did a great job.
Thank you, Mr. Accomando. I'd like to piggyback on that because I see them every morning. I'm up so early and I pull up my shade and they're already out there doing their drills. So kudos to them for young people to be out there so early. So thank you. At this time, I'd like to open. Yes?
Michelle?
Hi.
I have something under new business.
Okay.
I was approached and told, I don't know if this is true, that there's going to be a candidates night on 10/28. Does anybody know anything about
I
that?
did get the request, recently. It's
Okay.
the 28th.
Well, I was asked, I don't know who is in charge of that, but if that can be changed, because that's the same night as the Women's Club Tricky Tray, and tickets have already been purchased.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good catch.
And on just one thing on the board meetings, the future board meetings. So October 6th, there'll be a goal setting meeting for the district and board goals. We're doing that at 6 p.m. The notice will go out the next few days. At the Monday night, we switched because it's a school holiday. We canceled the October 11th meeting and we'll meet at 6 p.m. on October 13th to do the caucus, and 7 o'clock will come out, or if we're in or closed or whatever, at 7 o'clock to do the regular actions.
That's it.
That's it.
Thank you. At this time, I'd like to open the meeting to public for comments on anything.
Motion.
Second.
Oh, we have someone. Okay, 1 second, because I have to read something for you. Okay. Residents are requested to state their names, addresses, and subject matter. In the event it appears the public comment portion of the meeting may exceed 45 minutes, the proceeding officer may limit each statement made by participant to 5 minutes duration. What? Oh, sorry. Issues raised by members of the public may or may not be responded to by the board. All comments will be considered and response will be forthcoming if and when appropriate. The board asks that the members of the public be courteous and mindful of the rights of other individuals when speaking. Specifically, comments regarding students and employees of the board are discouraged and will not be responded to by the board. Students and employees have specific legal rights afforded by laws of New Jersey. The board bears no responsibility, nor will it be liable for any comments made by members of the public. Members of the public should consider their comments in light of legal rights of those affected or identified in their comments and be aware that they are legally responsible and liable for their comments. You are welcome to speak.
Thank you very much. My name is Monica Maniscalco, 20 Dana Way, and the subject matter at hand is our out-of-district students attending special education programs. So I'm going to try to read this without my glasses because they keep fogging up. I tried to practice, it did not work. First, thank you to all of you. So I'm sure that most of you probably remember your high school graduation. It's even possible you might remember your prom, maybe even the name of your date for that evening. High school graduation is a rite of passage that includes rings, yearbooks, breakfast, everything that makes it so special, everything that makes it memorable. It's not just something special for the students, but it's something special for the families because they are celebrating that accomplishment, whatever those trials and tribulations were for that student, for that family, them coming together to celebrate that accomplishment. When some of you campaigned for your seats, you used special education awareness as part of your platform. Sadly, I have seen to represent our special needs students and their families. I personally, and I'm not going to say names, offered to help some of you, gave you my number, gave you my contact, we spoke on the phone. But after you won your seat, never heard from you again. Let me point out a few things. Saddlebrook does not have a special education parent advisory group, which is supposed to be ensured of its function by you, the Board of Education. And this is state mandated. Saddlebrook has not had one for several years, making us out of compliance. Although Saddlebrook is compliant with Alicia's law, which allows high school students in special education programs to participate with the graduation ceremony, parents are not being informed that their child has the right to walk in the ceremony. Case managers should be providing information to CPAG at every IEP meeting and inform parents at the appropriate time of their child's right to walk and take part in graduation. The only reason why I know this now is because I am going through this with my own daughter. And I know about this because my son already. My daughter does attend an out of district school. We talk about inclusion, but what are we actually doing to assure that this is taking place? Our out of district students are not even invited to participate in something as simple as their student identification. As an example, or a further example of this, I received the senior portrait information. This is something that really should be modified for our special education students, the ones that are attending out of district schools. One of the statements on here is to list the activities that they have taken part in. Wonderful. But they cannot include outside school activities, such as Boy Scouts. Understood. But my daughter was not able to take part in any activity here in district. So we had to find programs for her that were modified to her specific needs. I am not sure what to put under that section because she tells me, Mom, I did soccer, gymnastics, and dance. There is no policy for this. We need to think about that and rework this policy. As I prepared for this evening's meeting, I was shocked and saddened by the number of Saddlebrook parents that informed me that they were never informed that their child could walk at graduation, never mind being a part of the graduation journey, such as being in the yearbook. I did send emails out, and thank you to those of you that. Board of Education members, let's do better. Keep your campaign promises and keep your board goal, and I quote that this is what you have. Review student-related policies with a focus on issues related to access and equity for all students. Lastly, as a mother of a child with special needs, with a master's degree in special education and co-founder, many of you know, the Saddlebrook Angels program, which is a program for children with special needs. I'm also the director of God's Special Children, religious education right out of St. Philip's. I'm also the previous director of an adult day program, and I'm currently the executive director overseeing training and day-to-day operations for a service provider for adults with disabilities. I am here to offer my services and knowledge. I am not here to create any problems. Let's work together to close the gap that currently exists. I really look forward to hearing from you and to working with you. I'm hoping that it will be soon. I want to be part of the solution that's going to benefit the students with disabilities for years to come. I cannot do this alone. Please let me know how we can start the CPAC. I've read the entire manual. I've highlighted notes. I am ready to start working. Now, I just need for you to contact me. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Maniscalco.
Hi, Beth Lamboy, 138 Skelman Terrace. Mrs. Otterelli, I didn't know that the Tricky Tray was that night. That's not on a district calendar, so that's not something I would know. But I was informed by some of the other PTO presidents, and we're in the process of trying to get a moderator for the 18th, if we can. Unfortunately, it's a lot easier said than done to coordinate the candidates night. It requires looking at 5 calendars, as well as getting a moderator and then everybody else's stuff. So we didn't know about that.
I didn't know who did it. I just was told.
Middle school, high school, nobody's ever taken up except us. So it falls on us. Although if anybody else wants to step up, I did offer to forward all our information and let them jump right in with that. And I think that's it. So once we get that, if I can get the moderator, then I'll submit another request for the room date, wait for approval on that, and then get everybody's invitations out. Again, a little easier said than done. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lamboy. Anyone else wish to speak? Okay. So, let's see. I'd like to motion to close the meeting.
Well, I,
We are going to be going into closed session. So I have to read this.
we're not.
We're not. We are. Okay. Whereas the Board of Education must discuss matters which are not appropriate for discussion in public meeting, and whereas these subjects are within exceptions to Open Meetings Act and are permitted to be discussed in closed session pursuant to NJSA 10-4-12B, and whereas the Board of Education intends to discuss matters as follows. NJSA 10-4-12B, 7, to discuss anticipated legal action. Whereas the length of the closed session is estimated to be approximately 15 to 20 minutes, after which the public meeting of board shall reconvene and action may be taken. Now, therefore, it will be resolved that the Board of Education will recess into closed session for only the aforesaid subjects, and be in further resolved that the Board of Education hereby declares that its discussion of aforesaid subject will be made public at time when the public's interest in disclosure is greater than any privacy or governmental interest being protected from disclosure in accordance with the Open Meetings Act. Adjournment of closed session. No, we'll do that later. To me.
I don't know what we're going into close for, it's not on the agenda.
Ray?
It's pending.
She said we're going to close to discuss anticipated legal action.
Anticipated
Discuss legal action, potential legal action.
I think we're just a little taken back that, I understand that we can't be part of it, but we weren't even told whatsoever. I think we feel a little slighted that there is a meeting.
This,
But I didn't realize.
Same.
yeah, it's on. And it was emailed to all the board members back in August. We couldn't meet in August because there were several board members that couldn't partake in the closed session. We tried it again on Monday. That didn't work. So now we're here Wednesday. So it has been brought up several times. And there are 3 conflicted board members.
But we could tell you outside of public what is the topic. You just cannot be in the discussion that occurs. But it's not that it has to be kept a secret from you. It's just that you're not, because of the conflict, you're not committed to participate.
Can I get a motion?
Motion, second.
Second.
Mike?
What?
Hi. Okay, I guess we're going into
Just all-
close.
no, just all in favor.
Oh, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Okay, that's it.
We're going across the hall to room 129.